Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another one of TravelMole's broadcasts here on our YouTube channel. And today I'm in conversation with someone who's intimately involved in one of the world's largest sporting events, if not the largest single sporting event in the entire calendar, not just in North America, but in the world. And I'm delighted that for 55th Super Bowl, Super Bowl 55, I have the man in charge of all of the aspects of it, Santiago Corrada. He is the president and CEO of Tampa Bay Tourism. Good afternoon, Santiago.
Good afternoon. It's so great to see you. Thanks for having me on.
And you're right in the epicenter there, aren't you, Santiago? You're in with the, all these NFL, all these linebackers and quarterbacks will be running around, getting interviewed, and everything. And you're right in there. That's I'm very envious.
This is our media center. We're coming to you from today. And yes, there's a lot of excitement in the air with our hometown team making history and playing in Super Bowl 55.
Well, I think before we go any further, though, we need to ensure that the rest of this interview is conducted in a neutral manner. Then you're not going to go every 10 seconds, go Bucks or something, we will make sure with that. But Santiago, when did you first learn that Super Bowl 55 was coming to your hometown?
Well, we bid on it back in 2017, so 2016, 2017, we found out we were going to host about a year and a half ago, right before the Miami Super Bowl, when the stadium in LA had not completed a full season before hosting a Super Bowl. And as you know, we've hosted 4 before. So we've got a pretty veteran team on the ground here that can pull off Super Bowls. And so we were very excited. And obviously we didn't know we would have a pandemic. So it is a very good time for us to host the Super Bowl, believe it or not.
I know there's going to be some spectators, about 20-odd thousand out of potential 75. That obviously has an impact on hotels and stuff. But does it in some ways give you an opportunity to show off what you have, not just in the city centre, but in the surrounding areas? Because obviously, I've been there a number of times and I know from personal experience what a fantastic place it is to come to, and a fantastic place to base yourself if you want to go to that part of Florida.
Yeah, absolutely. And actually, we're starting to see hotel occupancy picking up. So I think, the fact that we have one visiting team, but our locals are inviting friends and family to come to the destination, I think is working out. And as you know, the destination, we have so many wide open spaces for people to enjoy themselves. And we get to set an example that you can have a big event like this in a safe and orderly fashion. And hopefully that example can be replicated in other parts of the country as well as the world, because we've done a great job of balancing the economy with public safety. I'm coming to you via Zoom and I'm wearing a mask, and we're taking that very, very seriously here in Tampa, Florida.
Now, you obviously have also, as you say, you've got a lot of experience running these big events, big conventions, big sporting events. You've got lots of opportunities to show off the city there. Does the fact that it's broadcast around the world, there are millions, possibly billions of people watching it, is that the big win for you in terms of showing off your destination?
Absolutely. That's the part of this that I call priceless, because that media exposure that actually, you asked me not to mention the Buccaneers and be biased. On Sunday night, it blew up when they won that championship game. So I can tell you for over a week and a half, we've been doing media interviews. The media has been in town, those media members that are able to travel. And the beauty shots that are coming out of Tampa are just amazing. And we know that spurs off other things. We've seen corporate relocations. We've seen other conventions and meetings and events happen here after a Super Bowl. So that media exposure, you can't quantify that. And we always say that's a big part of hosting a Super Bowl, is that incredible media exposure, and things have to go well. So we have to execute well.
And I suppose the pressure, because there is a pandemic and COVID is around, the pressure is probably more on this year to make sure, as you say, you can show off the fact that in the USA, a big sporting event can be run and it can be run safely. Has that been the most difficult, given your background that you've run them before? Has that been the most difficult aspect of this, of Super Bowl 55 compared with others?
Well, it's definitely an added variable, but we've had a lot of practice. We've been under the pandemic conditions since back in March of last year, and our locally elected officials have been about public safety first and foremost. So that's given us an opportunity to market this as a safe destination to visit. So we've had about a year's practice with these protocols, and I think most people here are aware of the laws that are in place regarding social distancing, masks, being clean, doing your part. And you'll see signage all over the city right now reminding our visitors, we want you to be safe. We want to be safe. Please abide by these local rules and regulations to make sure we all stay healthy. So yes, an added variable for sure.
Moving forward a little bit from Super Bowl, I put a lot of money on the fact that it will go very smoothly and you will come out successfully in terms of showing off what you can do. Whether the Buccaneers will be successful or not is a moot point. But going forward, do you see, this is going to go out in the USA as well as internationally. Do you see major travel, first, let's take domestic first of all, inbound domestic, regionally, nationally, that's going to be a big thing this summer, isn't it?
Well, we've been faring reasonably well compared to others. Normally, our occupancy rates around this time of the year are in the 70s, in the low 70s. We're in the low 50s, so about a 20% difference. And that's been built on domestic, right? International travel is scarce. You don't see a lot of it, or it's off the table. So a lot of the domestic travel for us has been keeping us afloat during the pandemic. But certainly when international travel comes back, when we're able to host, again, big events, conventions, meetings, we should be able to make up that 20% pretty quickly. And we've been steadily increasing since back in the worst of it, which was April, when occupancy was 22%. So
Yeah.
we're up to 50 plus, and we hope to be this week close to the 70s, 80s, and we're starting to see pickup already happening. So we're excited to see what these numbers look like a week and a half after the game.
Good. As far as international travel, are you budgeting for people to come second half of 21?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We have our international reps already at work. We want to make sure that the world knows that we're here, that this is a safe place, because I think consumer confidence will still be an interesting thing to work around, because some people may not feel confident to travel at first, but we want to make sure we're doing our part to really talk about a destination where there are wide open spaces, as you know, lots of room to explore and to feel like you're enjoying the outdoors and being very safe.
And you've got your really big event on the river. I saw that it's been moved to April because of COVID. That'll be a big money earner for the city, won't it, Gasparilla?
Well, Gasparilla has not been canceled. It's been postponed. So we're still having it. And in fact, many of our conventions and meetings that were impacted by the pandemic, about 79% have rebooked with us for future dates. So that's all been very, very good. And then we have another big spectacular event coming late March, early April with WrestleMania. So we'll have the Super Bowl of wrestling behind the Super Bowl of football. So we're super excited to have a test run here, make it work, and then get ready for another big global event, which is WrestleMania.
Well, I suppose if the Bucks lose on Sunday, then a number of their players could presumably participate in WrestleMania as a second job.
Yeah, that seems to be a career path, but we're all very excited. The expectations here are very high that the team will do very, very well. We have the greatest of all time against the new greatest of all time, and it's a perfect matchup, right? The defending Super Bowl champions against the hometown team with some star power on our end as well. So it'll be a competitive game. I hope not too competitive. My heart can't take these close games. So I'm hoping there's a little bit of a distance there between whoever's winning, so that we don't have to call for emergency services at my home.
Good man. Santiago, thank you for your time. I know you're rushed off your feet and we had to squeeze this one in. I do appreciate it. I hope, and I'm sure it will go well. For all of those people watching from Kansas City, we hope you have a good time as well. But my bias is obviously towards the Bucks. So even if you can't say it, I'll say it. Go Bucks Sunday night.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay. So big to